My seed harvesting journal, The Great Seed Race. I aim to understand and evaluate the development and growth of plants based on various environments. Specifically, you will need to examine the impact of different conditions, including the presence or absence of added nitrogen, fertilizer, exposure to varying amounts of UV light, and different amounts of water. Materials and equipment. Small cup or water bottles cut in half, or old egg cartons, just to start a seedling for sprouts. Potting soil or topsoil from the earth, or an organic buy from your local store. Sowing the seeds that you got from last harvest. Nitrogen variable, natural and chemical-free fertilizers that we mentioned in some of our previous videos. That would be sustainable for healthy growth. Light variables. 2 small cardboard boxes. Large cardboard box, grow light globe, LED, light globe, study light. Any of those will do. Soil variables, pure sand, high clay or sility soil, or earth soil that's been fallowed. Soil from a unique source. Water variable method. Definitely keep track and do not overwater when you're keeping them in the beginning in a dark place, and water them once a week, depending on the feel of the soil. By feel, I mean if it is moist to touch. Yes, still once a week. But if it's very dry, then you can do twice a week. Once in the beginning, once at the end. This is due to my experience, but I reiterate, do not overwater. On water results, I have left a diagram that you can print out down in the resources under this course, where you can notate the regular schedules of watering. And then you write the results of what you notice each time. There'll be watering regularly schedule, half the regular watering schedule, double the watering schedule, and no watering. You write it down and adjust. Once you get it started, you'll know, or start to get a regular schedule. This is designed to explore the growth patterns of plants over a period of 3 to 4 weeks. By following the detailed steps provided from your journal, you will then create a consistent environment for the plants, measure their growth, and record the findings in your notebook if you've kept up with it. I mentioned in a couple of videos in the beginning that we'll move the seeds to your garden for transition to produce. Then the latter part of the season, we'll start the drying process to reap seeds from the dried out late blooms, which seed now in your fresh veggies like zucchini, butter squash. Scooping the seeds out, then you'll wash them and let them dry for the reuse of next year, which becomes the endless cycle. Here are some seeds that I've dried out from scooping out of zucchinis, lemons, butternut squash, you name it. Oh, and these dried out flowers I preserved to show you when they completely dry out, they have little tiny things that look like a green bean pod. So tiny, you open it and it has tiny seeds within to reproduce that flower. Isn't it so awesome how you can keep reproducing? It's an endless cycle if it's done right. Properly storing seeds after harvest is crucial for maintaining their liability. Here are some ways to store seeds for your future use. Dry seeds completely. Make sure seeds are thoroughly dry before storage to prevent mold and rot. Air dry on a paper towel or screen for a few days is often sufficient. Use airtight containers. Store seeds in airtight container, such as glass jars or reliable plastic bags to prevent moisture from getting in. When you label them, label each container with the type of seed and the date it was harvested. This will help keep track of your seed inventory and ensure you to use the oldest seeds first. Also, we're going to store them in a cool, dark, and dry location. Store seed in a cool, dark, and dry location. A cool basement or refrigerator works well for most seeds. Now, paper towels. Putting this in the containers can help absorb any remaining moisture to prolong the seed of viability. And last but not least, avoid temperature fluctuations and monitor regularly. Check them periodically for signs of mold and moisture. Of course, if they are moldy, discard to prevent contamination to any other seeds. By following these guidelines, you can effectively store seeds after harvesting and ensure they remain viable for planting in the next growing season. You're done, and you're ready to start over again and again and again, season after season. This is the end of this video. I want to say thank you very much. I hope you took a lot of notes. Don't forget there's a resource in the end under this video, and we'll see you in the next one.